iHeart Podcasts. Hear more Gold 101.7 podcasts.
Playlists and listen live on the free iHeart app.
Hey, 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 it's time for Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor. Hey, 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 it's time for Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor. It's the cutting room floor. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
On the cutting room floor, you've heard of raw dogging.
Which version of raw dogging? The Urban Dictionary version?
No, raw dogging on a plane.
Oh, so this is where, and it seems to be the domain of men, of young men. You sit on a plane, you don't listen to music, you don't watch a television show, you don't stream anything, you just go hardcore, nothing, look straight ahead.
More or
I think
less.
you're allowed to look at the flight path on the screen and that's it.
No.
I thought you were allowed to do that.
No. You just look at the back of the seat. I would say it's being a big tight ass. So it's a way of saying I can't afford to pay for another class other than economy, so I'm going to raw dog it.
But no, but in economy you can watch things and do
but you can
things
still
and take
lean
your
into
iPad and stuff.
I choose to raw dog this.
I've
I
seen
know
a
how
whole
the
lot
man
of women
works.
travelling with small children going, I dream of 6 hours of zoning out and not looking at anything.
Yep. Okay, so forget raw dogging.
Okay.
What about naked flying?
What's that?
It's taking plane travel to a whole new level.
Oh, is this a Mile High Club kind of thing?
No, nothing to do with that. Naked flying, in fact, has nothing to do with being naked. So put your pants back on, Amanda.
Sorry, I went early.
What it means is you get on the plane with zero baggage. So,
Emotional or otherwise?
Just your actual otherwise baggage. So you just got your wallet, your phone, your charger, and the clothes you're wearing.
And that's all you take on your trip?
Yeah, because people are getting jack of paying big excess baggage fees. It can be up to like $200. So what people are doing are putting the outfit they're going to wear for the whole time that they're in wherever they're going, and so be it.
Also, you know what people are doing, and I've seen them do this, is that they wear every single item that they want to take on the plane.
Yeah.
But also what this does is because people are taking hand luggage as luggage. So the overhead lockers are just jam-packed.
Yeah.
Because people don't check luggage in anymore. So it takes ages for people to board and to put their luggage up the top because everyone has a suitcase now that they take on board. But I've heard of this where people will wear 5 jumpers and 6 skirts and whatever so that they don't have to pack them in a bag.
You look a bit like Osher Ginsberg when he put on a bit of condition.
Oh.
Remember that picture? That?
Me.
Well, I didn't.
He's sensitive. We all would be sensitive to that.
I didn't take the picture.
No,
he
but
looks
don't
great
talk
now.
about it.
Well, have you seen him lately?
Looks
Have you seen his rig? He looks great.
Yeah. So what you do though is you wear all those clothes and take like a zip-up tiny bag, like a shopping bag.
Yeah.
And then when you get on the plane, you go to the loo, put all your clothes into that.
I've always travelled like this. I've always been.
Can I guess what kind of traveller you are?
Go on.
And hand on heart, you have to answer it correctly.
Okay.
And honestly.
Hand is on heart.
Does your wife pack your clothes?
No.
I bet she does.
My wife has never packed my clothes.
Look at me in the eyeballs, promise.
Hand on heart, my wife has never packed my clothes ever because my father was an airline pilot, and what would it used to happen is we'd always be on the standby list. So he'd say, you have to be dressed up well, tie, nice shirt.
As a kid?
Pants, yeah, because sometimes you get on the plane, you might be in economy or you might be up in first class. And one time I'm sitting next to Mel Gibson on the plane.
How old were you?
I would have been about 12, and this is when he was a big deal.
And he was dressed in thongs, and there you were in your tie.
And he was there. He was in the middle row. Mum talked to him. Mum was obsessed with how short he was. Gee, he's so short, he's so short. I said, Mum, what are you doing? Shut up.
Did he feign some kind of sleeping sickness?
No, not at all. No, he was very accommodating, you know, and he's a very charming man. That's the only time I've ever met him in my life, but he very charming. You know, I wasn't a police officer or anything getting yelled at.
Didn't call you sugar tits or anything?
Didn't call me that.
No.
Inappropriate to a 12-year-old boy. But my point is, we could be in first class, we could be in economy, we could actually be bumped off the flight, not get to fly at all.
And you have to go home in your little suit and tie,
Well,
little
I'll say
tuxedo
this.
that you'd worn to the airport.
I'll say this, that never happened in my whole time as...
What an ugly boast this has become.
No, it never happened.
Me saying to you, does your wife pack? And suddenly go, oh, no, I sit next to Mel Gibson. I've never been bumped off a flight. I've travelled with you on a very short flight and you'll order 18 beers. So things have changed.
Well, I do
you
understand.
pretty much wear thongs now.
I do understand how it all works. Always greet
How
the
it
hostie.
works.
Greet the hostie with a warm smile.
And they love being called a hostie. Not.
I always go, "G'day, love. How are you?" Mick Dundee.
Mel on board.
just in town for a few days. I can't be as bad as my mate who goes onto the plane. He goes into the gift shop
It's a terrible story.
and he buys a bag of Minties.
Minties. No one likes Minties. No one. Actually, we should put Minties to our pub test. Who likes Minties? No one.
They're a very divisive sweet. Anyway, my mate, he goes onto the plane with a bag of Minties and it's not open, but he'll go up to the head hostie and say, "Hello, love, how's your day been?"
Hello, love. Everything is about this story I hate.
And she'll say, "Oh, I've had a terrible day. You know, Canberra was terrible or Brisbane was terrible." And you go, "Here you go, take this bag of Minties and, you know, make sure you give them to all your mates." And then he gets the best service.
Oh,
that's what he reckons.
What service would that
Just,
be?
you know, drinks.
In his lap.
Drinks, upgrades, things like that. Maybe an extra meal.
Bag of Minties.
Maybe an extra pasty. You know, those little hot pasties that you get on the plane, or one of those Byron Bay cookies. You know, those things. They've got tons of them. You know, when they say, "Oh, we're out of cookies," they're not out of cookies. They've got billions of them. So I haven't done it myself because I said, "I want you to walk in with an open bag of Minties." He goes, "No, you can't walk in with a bag that's opened. It has to be sealed bag."
It's a special gift to
Yeah.
them.
And also the fact that you've bought it from the airport, so it cost you $50 for that bag of Minties. That's what's appreciative. That's the other thing. You got to leave the sticker that says where it came from in the airport. Are you writing this down?
I think his mistake is A, arrogance, A, love, blah, blah. Share it with your mates, your hosty mates. And Minties. No one wants Minties.
Yeah, I know that
If it was a more desire, he may as well just get those mint-flavoured leaves, spearmint leaves. No one wants it.
I know that you never turn right. You're straight up the front next to the pilot
Even
your pants off.
Even if it's a tiny plane, I sit on his lap and say, "No,
There you
I'm
go.
not budging. I'm not budging."
Hey kids, that's it for today. Come back tomorrow for more of Jonesy and Amanda's